What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? God damn it. What do you want?
I have to go.
Hello everyone, welcome to another stream of Hugo's Desk. Welcome, I hope you all had a great weekend. Just wanted to just felt like starting with one of my favorite TV shows when I was a kid. When I was a kid, like that show, Mask, I lived in Portugal, and so they had that show on Sky 1, back in the day when Sky only had one single channel. And yeah, I was obsessed by that TV show. Unfortunately, there was no toys of it for sale in Portugal, so I couldn't really play with the toys. I could just like make drawings of it and watch the show. And of course, I barely understood the show because I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old. So of course, I didn't understand fully English. But anyway, welcome everyone. I thank you so much for being here today. As always, I welcome everyone always when I start my stream. Let's just start off. I can see a lot of familiar faces on the chat here. Let's just start off by, like I usually do, thanking all my supporters and my followers and subscribers. So I would like to first off thank Pasquale Forst for the $1 donation on Patreon. Thank you so much, Pasquale. I would also like to thank Niti Kansol16 for the follow. Would love to thank 32B Float Point for the subscription tier 1. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much and welcome back. Also would like to thank DF Vinex for the follow. I would like to thank Amir Balosh for the follow. I would also like to thank MS Stark TV for the subscription tier 1. Thank you so much for the subscription. It means a lot to me to have a subscription. Thank you also so much to Bastol2 Post for the follow. Thank you so much to Sam Rowe 1994 for the subscription tier 1. Thank you so much to Akam XP for the subscription tier 1. Thank you so much MS2 the 89 for the follow. Thank you so much Nacho Jamilis, that's a nice name, for the subscription tier 1. Also thank you so much to Lalit Karel for the follow. Thank you so much to, sorry, just a second because I lost my mouse here. Sorry about that. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Yeah, here we go. Thank you so much to Lali Karel for the follow. Thank you to Double Pyrex for the follow. And I think that's it, really. I think we've kind of finished all of it from the last stream. So I can't thank you enough for all this support. It's amazing you guys support my channel. It's amazing that you let me do this every week, and I can't thank you enough for that. In the meantime, let's just get the show out on the road. So as you all know, today is not about nuke compositing. Today we are going to basically talk about visual effects. So this is like a Q&A session. You guys done it before. That's what we do on Mondays. Don't forget, on Thursdays we do the workshop. So on Thursday we'll continue with the workshop. On Mondays we do a Q&A. Now it's a Q&A about visual effects. It could be about showreels. It could be about, if you want to ask me anything about my career over the years. If you want to ask me, anything about how to improve your career. If you want to ask me, maybe tips about showreels, maybe tips about interviews, maybe how to get into the industry, feel free to ask whatever you want. Also, if you have a showreel you want me to review, I'm happy to review it live on the stream, so you can do that as well. Don't forget to post your question on the chat, and I will answer the questions as we go. While we are answering questions and while we talk, because of course, obviously I don't want you to just look at my face for the whole time, because that would be absolutely annoying. So since you don't want to look at my face the whole time, I kind of figured that we can play some games. So I will load up Silent Hill as I've been doing for the past few months. We are 11 hours into the game. We're about like basically 2 chapters from finishing the game. Obviously you never know if we're going to finish or not. It really depends on how many questions we have today. We might be able to finish it, we might not be able to finish it, but yeah, that's how it works. Just feel free to ask questions while I'm online, and then that's it, really. So let me just switch a couple of things off here because. Thank you so much. I love my girlfriend. Just subscribed tier 1. Thank you so much for that. Mark Bitran asks, Hugo, it will be really cool if you can put the voiceover when someone subscribes to the channel. What do you mean? The voiceover. I thought you could hear when someone subscribes to the channel. I think you can hear it. At least just now, you should have heard the sound. I'm going to try it again, see if you can hear it again.
More to the left. No, a little bit more to the right. A little bit more to the left.
Yeah, you can hear it, right?
No.
Can't you guys hear this?
Right. Just a little bit more to the left. Just a little bit more to the right.
I think you guys can hear this, right?
A little bit more to the left. Just a bit
yeah,
more
you see?
to the
You
right.
guys can hear it. So, is that what you mean, Mark? You're asking me if it should have voiceover. So, yeah. So, I'm not really sure what your question is. But anyway, let's maybe you can rephrase your question, and maybe I'm just being dumb. Usually that's the case. I'm always a little bit dumb. So basically, don't forget, keep up the questions going. It can be anything. We can also review some shots. So basically, let's keep going with this. Last time we checked, we picked up something from this motorbike, and now we kind of have to just get going. Let's just leave this dreadful room. I think it was through here. Let's just see here. We're almost done with this game. I obviously have to put a vote going on for the next game. We need to decide which game I'm gonna play the next time, because I think this game might be 1 or 2 more streams. I don't think we'll have much more than that. Hopefully. So let's see here. Let's look at the map here. Okay, I need to go to Lakeside, so I need to just basically find a way to just leave this bloody place.
No, a little bit more to the right. A little bit more to the left.
Wait a minute.
No, a little bit more to the right.
A little bit more to the right.
Just a little bit more to the left. Just a little bit more to the right. Just a little bit more to the left.
A little bit more to the right.
To the right.
And a little bit more to the right. And a little bit more to the left. And a little bit more to the right. Sorry, I'm kind of doing the same with the game guy. Okay, yeah, there we go. So thank you so much to... Thank you so much to Bash Her 4 for the subscription on Prime. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that you subscribed to Prime. Also, thank you so much to PH Vacon for the subscription on Prime. Much appreciated. Now, it's funny that I've been getting a lot of hate on YouTube for having the subscription warnings and alerts. It's so funny because I don't think people really understand what Twitch streams are. So people get a bit upset about me having the shoutouts and that I interrupt the streams, because I've been publishing the streams on YouTube, but of course only 5 months later. So now people on YouTube are finally watching our first streams. And it's just so funny to see people complaining that I leave the alerts on. But it's so strange because the alerts are supposed to be on, you know, like that's the whole point. People like to have their names shout out. Devil May Cry 5, that's a good idea. I mean, I love Devil May Cry 5. I haven't finished it yet, so maybe that's a good idea. I'm not sure if the game won't be a bit too complex to do while I talk, though. I think, you guys let me know, but I think the sound of the game is a bit too loud, isn't it? Let me just lower it a little bit. But you guys keep letting me know if the game is too loud, okay? Just let me know. So, I have a question, but yeah, I also would like to know what you guys think about that, because some people on YouTube are upset that the alerts are on. Obviously, it's a lot of work for me to just suddenly remove all the alerts and remove everything and basically edit all the videos on Twitch. That would have been like madness. I would never be able to do that. It takes so much time. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about that kind of opinion. Like, well, people are a bit they don't want to have these kind of alerts while they're watching the streams. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm assuming everyone that subscribes to my channel and supports my channel likes the fact that their name is and likes the fact that I'm thanking people while I'm streaming. So I'm assuming people are okay with it, but you never know. You know, maybe maybe people are still upset with it. Siphon filter, yeah, siphon filter is cool. Ah, god damn it, I hate these guys. I just want to get this vial in it. I can't get it. I'm not gonna kill anyone because it's a waste of time, basically a waste of ammo to kill these people. So I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, siphon filter is an amazing game. Yeah, I mean that would be a good idea. Which siphon filter though? Like, which siphon filter do you guys have in mind? Because there's so many, you know. So I've played quite a few, so I don't know which one. Yeah, and I know, Log to Lin, I know, but you know, people get upset by very little things, but they do, you know, they get upset because the replay has me basically thanking people for the subscriptions. They don't understand that this is not. They don't understand that this is not like a tutorial, you know, which is a bit weird. I think I need to kill this ape because I'm just really pissing me off. Ah, I failed there. Come on, just. I really hate this guy. I can't die again. I don't want to do this all again. So just, how did I fail that? Okay, well, I'm gonna just go for it. Just ran out of my life here. Yeah, you know, you'll be surprised how many people from the industry don't understand what Twitch is. It's quite interesting on how much people really do not connect with Twitch at all. I really don't want to kill all these creatures because I'll take forever, you know, like I'll lose all my ammo if I kill everyone. But it's starting to be quite annoying, all of this. Okay, so at least I'm starting to kill someone. How did I miss that? Come on. Are you kidding me? How is this possible? And I died. Of course I died. This game is so obtuse, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, the question. James0000 has a question. How was your first interview to get a job in the industry? Do you remember? Oh man, that's a tough question. I don't know. Like my job interview. Jesus. I guess because you know when I started, I was at school. I was at university. Then I started doing like concert gigs. You know, I started doing like music video gigs for local bands. So I didn't really had an interview per se, you know what I mean? Because I kind of started doing music videos for people that I knew, and then another band asked me, and then I started doing like some corporate videos, and I guess it kind of one led to the other. So I guess the first time ever that I actually had an interview was when I left Portugal. When I actually left Portugal to live in Sweden, you know, that I remember. I remember that interview. I decided to leave Sweden. I decided to leave Portugal to work in Sweden, and I was interviewed by Skype. You know, Swedish companies being very modern as they usually are, so they kind of didn't really mind to have a Skype call, which was cool. It was very modern, you know. I think hardly people had Skype back then. But is this guy dead? Yes. I can't find the bat though. So that was my first interview. This was back in 2004. That was my first interview on Skype. Not a lot of people were using Skype. But yeah, my interview went well. I guess it went well because I was hired. So they hired me on the spot. So basically I had an interview. We spoke for like about a half an hour on Skype. And then they offered me a job to go to Sweden to work as a compositor on a local company. And the whole deal was that it was a full-time job. And they offered me the position, but they did say to me, okay, you come into Sweden, we'll pay for your flight, and we test you for like about 2 months. So that was the deal. The deal was that I would be tested for 2 months to see how it goes, you know. And it went really well. So they liked my work and ended up, after 3 months, I was hired full time. And then, you know, I stayed there for 4 years. Jesus, I think I need a gun to kill all these things. It's so slow, this thing. I need to get a better weapon, I think. Let's see here. So then they hired me like a full-time job. I worked as a composer an After Effects, and then eventually, let's see here. Eventually, I started working as an art director as well. Eventually started working as a lead composer. So it kind of grew, you know. I started doing more and more things on the company. Jesus Christ. Why can't I hit anything? Why can't I hit anything? It's just so annoying. Ah, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna kill any of them. You know? It's just so annoying. So that's my first interview, I guess. That was really it. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question. Oh yeah, I can't go there, so I guess that's the only way out is to go through the pier. So let's see here. So the pier would be this way. I'm sure there's I'm sure there's bullets and things. I probably want to get that stuff. There's always stuff hidden. Okay, so cool. Like, at least I hit once. Just die already. Damn dogs, damn zombie dogs. They're so similar to the Resident Evil dogs. It's almost impossible to hit them. There you go. Now he's dead. Okay, so hope that answered your question about the first interview. So then I Love My Girlfriend asked, what do you think of Biv... I Love My Girlfriend, which is probably my favorite name here. I Love My Girlfriend. Question, what do you think big VFX companies are looking for in graduate compositors and roto prep reels? Well, that's a good question. They're always looking for, basically, you need to have a couple of shots that have some good keying. I'm not talking about like really simple keying. I'm talking about advanced keying. You want to make sure you have some shots with keying. You want to make sure you have some shots with roto where you specifically show the alpha channel and specifically show everything about that shot. And then you want to have some paint and prep. Maybe you can have some tracking markers that have been removed, or maybe you can put some markers on the face of an actress or an actor and then maybe remove that. So those would be like typical shots that you would have that they're looking for. Big VFX companies are definitely not looking for CG compositing. They're not looking for matte painting because you know, you need to understand that when you're a junior, you're not going to work on any of those shots. You're going to basically work on the prep department, roto department, and junior department. So you kind of have to start by showing that you're good at those tasks. So that means you need to, you know, I Love My Girlfriend, to answer you, you kind of need to like know a lot about painting, removing wires, removing scars, removing like birthmarks, for example, removing markers that might be placed on the face of someone, removing markers on the background. You want to basically paint away any wires or harnesses. You want to paint away any rigs that might be on the shot. You then want to show your rotoscoping skills, and you want to show your alpha channel, and you also want to show the breakup of the shapes so that they can see that you know how to break up shapes on rotoscoping. Then you kind of want to show keying. That means you want to show some green screen keying, some blue screen keying. You want to show some keying with complicated hair flying through. Please don't key just some bald people or something. Try to key people with a lot of hair and try to develop some good keys on that. And those are the skills that people really, really want to see. Like, they don't want to see CG compositing. They don't want to see any of that stuff because, to be frank, a junior doesn't work on those things until they are mid-level, you know. So you'll never be given a CG shot. You might be given some CG shots as a training, but not as final shots, really. Okay, I'm assuming this is the place I need to go. I'm just gonna go down the staircase, hopefully. Okay, it sounds to me like this is the place I need to go. I'm gonna just go here. Well, there's the door, so I might as well go into it. It's a boat, so let's go into the boat. And it's a cutscene. Looks like it's cutscene. Oh, no, it's not. It's a nice flare. So while we're looking at this beautiful flare, I'm gonna answer more questions. So Sean Fontaine says, well, I got my third rejection post-interview email, Hugo. This one was from Blue Bolt. I think I did really well on the interview, and I never walk away feeling it went bad. I'm 37, so I'm just wondering if it's the unspoken agent, because my reel got me interviewed, but then I never got anywhere. I saw a guy who got hired at Blue Bolt whose only experience was 7 months at touch surgery, but I have 2 years frames for experience. Well, a couple of things that you might want to consider, Sean. Did you guys talk about money? Like maybe like, did you ask too much money? Maybe did you guys negotiated anything? I don't believe the age is anything to do with that. I really don't. I'll let you know, because I don't. There's people of different ages on the industry, and they're not really looking just for young people. They're looking for everyone. So I don't think age has to do with that. But you know, you just have to be careful that the visual effects. The visual effects industry is really competitive. You know, there's a lot of people looking for work, and it's tough to get a job. I think maybe you just were unlucky this time. I don't think you should get down with this. You shouldn't really get too upset about this. You shouldn't get too depressed about this. I think you should just be strong, get yourself up, and get yourself out there again. You do have 1 year experience on Framestore. Maybe continue fighting this fight and continue finding things. Don't forget, though, that, you know, if they've hired someone with 7 months experience, it might be that this person is being paid only like, 19,000
No, a little bit more.
or maybe only 18,000. So
No.
that's the problem. You know, people that are really, really young, people that are really young, they ask for very little money because they don't, they might still be supported by their parents, or they might still be supported by their family. So it's important for you to understand that they probably won the job because they were cheaper, and that's just a fact. I don't think it has to do with your age. I think it has to do that they are so young that they don't mind earning very little. So I don't think you should be too depressed about this. Just keep going, man. You know, if they don't want you, best of luck for their life, but there's always some other company that wants you. Don't be too upset about this. I think you should just like use this negative problem as a positive for you to kind of get more just get your word out and send more showreels. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe if they really want cheap labor, then maybe they don't need you. Maybe you need to go to a smaller company. Maybe you need to go to another company. You should just think about that. But please don't get sad about this. Don't get upset. Thank you so much, George, for the subscription tier 1. Much appreciated, George. Welcome to the stream back. Welcome back, George. So good to see you here. And you are subscribing tier 1. Thank you so much for that. One says that the next game should be Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, sure. Metal Gear Solid would be a great way, but maybe I should play a more modern game instead of a retro game this time. Maybe we can do in between games. Maybe we can do a retro, a modern, and then a retro and a modern. I'll be honest. Currently, my game, the game I've been playing the most right now, is Horizon. It's which is a racing game. So I'm playing Forza Horizon, and it's amazing. I don't think Forza Horizon would be a good game to play here because I'm answering questions, and I don't think I would be able to play the game. I would probably hit everything on the road while I play it. But you guys let me know. If you guys want me to play Forza Horizon while we talk, I can do that. So I'm happy to do that. I love that game, and I've been playing that game non-stop for a while now. So, yeah.
Sybil,
Harry,
how did you get back here?
I followed the sewer. Were you the one who cut the fence?
Yeah. I'm glad you made it. I was worried about you.
You were worried.
Peng has a
Where did
point
you
here. Never
disappear
give
to?
up. Never give up, Sean.
Never mind.
Really don't give up. Like you know,
I want to know what's
it's
going on
it's
here.
all about if the company
What is
doesn't want
with
you,
this town?
it's their mistake. You know.
This may sound really off the wall, but listen to me. You've got to believe me.
Okay. He's such a
I
bad
haven't
actor.
gone crazy. I'm not fooling around. At first, I thought I was losing my mind. But now I know I'm not. It's not me. It's Terry. It's being invaded by the other world. By a world of someone's nightmarish delusions come to life. Little by little, the invasion is spreading, trying to swallow up everything in darkness.
He's a
I
poet.
think I'm finally beginning to understand what that lady was talking about.
He's a real poet.
Harry, hold on a minute. I don't get it.
Look, I don't understand it all myself. I guess I can't explain it.
Well, what's making this happen?
I don't know that either.
He doesn't know much,
I do
does
know
he?
Cheryl is there.
There?
Under whoever created this darkness. Cheryl is somewhere and she needs my help.
Man, yeah, yes, the game is horrible. The acting is so
Harry.
bad.
This whole thing's been a major blow to you. You need to rest.
Sybil,
Oh my
The
god.
demon is awakening, spreading those wings.
Dahlia Gillespie.
Was it not as I said? I see it all now. Yes, everything.
Is this gonna go anywhere?
Hungry for sacrifice,
Probably not.
The demon will swallow up the land. I knew this day would come.
I'll get back to the questions soon. Don't worry, guys.
And what's more, the task is almost finished. There's only 2 left. To seal this town to the abyss, the mark of Samael. When it is completed, all is lost. Even in daytime, darkness will cover the sun.
Oh my god, this is so slow.
The dead will walk, and martyrs
This is
will
so
burn in
slow.
the fires
Oh my
of hell.
god.
Everyone will die.
Oh Jesus.
So what am I supposed to do? I've got to save Cheryl.
Okay.
It is simple. Stop the demon. The demon taking that child's form. Stop it before your daughter becomes a sacrifice. Before it is too late. Stop it! Stop it!
Oh my
What
god.
do I do?
Go to the lighthouse on the lake
Okay.
and to the center of the amusement park. Make haste. You are the only hope.
Look, Harry. I really don't get what's going on.
No
But
one
if
does,
there's a
don't worry.
chance we can save your daughter, I'm in. I'll check out the amusement park. You go to the lighthouse.
Why are they splitting? Why would they
Sybil,
split? I don't understand
thanks.
this. Don't you want to stay with the police officer with the gun? Jesus Christ. Such a dumb thing. This game is
You
so
will
dumb.
need to use it.
Use what?
The flowers. Only with that can you stop it.
What about Sybil?
Yes, what about Sybil? Oh, okay. That was it. Okay. I guess that's it. Okay, fine. Jesus Christ. This game, man. It was my favorite game. Not sure about about that anymore. It's not that good. Well, it's still very revolutionary for its time, so, you know, I think I just giving it a hard time. Anyway, let's save the game here, and we need to do a break. But before we do a break, I have quite a lot of questions here, so I want to kind of go through the questions. So, man, I can't believe I've been playing this game for 14 hours. Anyway, let's get to the questions here, because I left a few here, so I kind of want to catch up a little bit here. Let's see here. So Fontaine says, I came across as a nice guy who would fit in the team, so I'm not sure. Again, Fontaine, there could be so many reasons for them picking him, and I think it usually is a financial problem. It's usually because he was maybe cheaper, because he was younger. So I really don't think you should think much more about this. Maybe if you have this experience on Framestore, maybe try to contact smaller companies. You know, you can reach out to me if you want. You know, if you want to have some advice of which companies you could apply to, feel free to contact me. You know, feel free to contact me on Discord, and I can see if I can help you or if I can give you some advice. You know, don't get too down because of this. You know. So Mark Bitren is yeah, Mark, I just saw this text to speech. I can do that if you want. I just find that it's really weird to have the voiceover being spoken. Yeah, I don't know. I can try it. I'll try it. I promise I'll try it, Mark. I'll promise I'll try it. Then I have here a question from Kasper Beck. Kasper Beck asks me, hi Hugo, I'm a student looking for internships. Great feedback to graduate computers. After the feedback, I realized my reel doesn't match your description, but I would still very much appreciate if you can give me some honest feedback on my current showreel. Absolutely, that's why I'm here. I'm doing a Q&A because of that. So yeah, I can give you some showreel advice, and I can give you some feedback as well. Now, let me ask you this, Kasper Beck. Do you mind that I show the showreel live to everyone? Do you mind that? Let me know on the chat if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I can review it live here with everyone. So if you don't like it to be discussed in public, I can, of course, do it privately at another time. So let me know if you don't have any problem with that. I have here a question from Juan. Juan is asking, do you think Brexit... okay, so Casper doesn't mind. Great, I'll do that then. I'll basically show it. Let me just do a break, and then I can do the feedback. After there will be a substantial amount of companies that will have difficulties finding artists in London, because a lot of artists will leave and a lot of artists will kind of move to other places. It won't be as easy to have this huge pool of freelancers as we have these days in London. So I think that I don't see France, Spain, Italy. I kind of feel like the majority of the companies will probably open offices in Germany. I think if you look at what's happening in Berlin, what's happening in Stuttgart, what's happening in Munich, especially Munich and Berlin. There's so many VFX companies there doing so much good work in film, and there's so much artists there. So I think Germany is probably going to become a big place. There's also other places that could happen as well. You know, never disregard Ireland, because Ireland, they speak English in Ireland. Ireland is part of the European Union, and they're really getting more and more modern these days. So I think Ireland could probably potentially be a good place to set up shop. So I hope that answered your question. In the meantime, as I always tell everyone, don't forget that you should all stretch your legs as much as you can. So let's, we always do a responsible stream here. So let's basically stretch our legs. Let's drink some water, and I'll be right back in about 3 to 4 minutes. So let's do an intermission. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I'll see you very soon. Okay, I'm back. I hope you guys rested your legs, and hope you've drank some water. So I'm gonna continue over here. Before I go to more questions, just wanted to give you a little heads up of what I've been playing lately, because someone on the chat was asking what I should play next and everything. So I'm gonna start by saying that I've been obsessed with this game, so I've been playing this game non-stop. I'm not so sure if this game is gonna be a good game for streaming, because I'm not sure I can play Forza Horizon 4 while talking in VFX, because this is such an intense game when you're playing. So I'm not sure. Unless I just drive around and just show you the scenes. But maybe that could be a good idea. I think this game might be something to think about. So I've been playing a lot Forza Horizon 4. Also, I've been playing quite a lot this game. This is really good. I actually play it on my Switch. I have the copy on PS4 because I was one of the Kickstarters that supported this game. So I got like my copy for the PS4, but I have the game on Switch as well. Bloodstain is basically a game from Kori Igarashi, which is basically the creator of Castlevania. So it's basically like a Castlevania game, but it's a new game. It's not from Konami, of course, because Konami didn't really want to do a Castlevania game. So Koji Igarashi basically made it himself on Kickstarter. A very good game, really recommend it. Other games that I've been playing lately, I've been playing this amazing game on Switch. This is a game that is 20 years old now. It's one of my favorite games when I was young, and I've been playing the special edition on the Switch. Another World, which is the cool thing about this special edition is that you can switch from the regular edition to the special edition, which is great. Also been playing this game a lot. This is a really good fighting game. One of the best Samurai Showdowns for the last 10 years, I think. So really recommend if you guys like Samurai Showdown. This is a remake of the first Samurai Showdown, but it's in 3D. It's not in 2D, so if you don't like the 3D graphics, you might not like the game. But I really recommend. It's a really nice fighting game. Last but not least, a really strange game, man. This game is very bizarre. I've been really having fun with it. Sinking City is basically, you know, a game based on a book from H.P. Lovecraft. It's a very bad game, but it's such a bad game that is actually good, you know? It's one of those situations where it's so bad that it becomes good. It's a really bizarre game. So, yeah, I recommend you as well if you are into weird shit. This is a weird game, I'll let you know. And it's also very weird and very buggy as well. Yes, I do love Shamnui. I've played Shamnui 1 and 2. I still have Shamnui 1 and 2 on my Dreamcast, and I can't wait to play the third one. Now, Defiant Film TV asks, Another World is really old. Yeah, it's really old. I think the original is from... Does it even say here? Yeah, original released in 1991. So basically it's from 91, that game. So it's really old, yes. A lot of people on the chat probably are actually younger than this game. Yes. I confused sinking with stinky. No, this is not Stinking City. I guess it is if you listen to Jim Sterling's review. So Jim Sterling, actually, his review says Stinking City, but he likes the game as well. So I guess you're right there. It's a Stinking City and Sinking City as well. Oh, there's a Portuguese here on the chat. Grande abraço, Hugo. Thank you so much. Muito obrigado pelo abraço. Muitos abraços para Portugal. So let's get on with this. The last question I have here is by Toasted _EC, sorry. Hi everyone, I have a question. I'm from Ecuador, so I'll need sponsorship to work outside. Do you know which companies have that facility? I'm a mid-level compositor. So that's a great question. Toasted. I think if you are very if you have a good showreel, you might be able to get a sponsor. Usually sponsorships happen if you are very talented. If the company thinks you're talented, if they need your services, especially if you're a mid-level or if you're a senior, then they might consider sponsoring you. I would say that companies that sponsor quite a lot of people include ILM. You also have DNEG that sponsor people. You also have DreamWorks and Pixar, but of course they sponsor people on the US, not in Europe. So all the major big companies like Disney, Pixar, all those companies have sponsorships, and they have usually they have an amount of people that they can sponsor every year. So maybe have a look at that. Have a look at what you can get from there. But remember that you will only get a sponsorship if you are really talented, if you have a very good showreel, because obviously there's a huge competition, you know. So I mean, I don't know if your showreel is really good or not. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so maybe perhaps if you want, you can share it on the screen and we can have a look at it. But keep that in mind. So now I need to. I guess did she came from here? I can't remember. Was it from where I came here? I think this is where I came from. Yes, it's the other side. Well, and also before I forget, you did send me a showreel, and I'm neglecting your showreel. So let me just go back to the showreel here. So this is Casper Beck. Casper Beck sent me a showreel. So let's have a look at this showreel. So Casper, if you have music on your showreel, let me just double check here. If you have music on your showreel. Oh no, you don't have music on your showreel. That's good, because usually I get flagged by musics on YouTube and on Twitch. So let's watch your showreel first, and then I can give you some feedback after I watch your showreel. Okay, so let's have a look at it first. Sorry, let's just a second because I have to. Sorry, guys, I need to watch that again because I had some problems here and I couldn't see the screen. Sorry, just gonna put it again. Is this full quality? Doesn't look like full quality. Yeah, it is. It is 720p. Okay, cool. So thank you so much for sending the showreel. Thank you so much for putting the showreel out there. You know, it's always I always admire people that have the courage to put the showreel to everyone to see. You know, we basically have about 40 people watching live right now. So thank you so much for doing that. So let me ask you something about this, Casper. So basically, you are a student, I'm assuming, because you're asking for an internship. So is that the case? You're a student at the moment, or have you worked already? I basically have, let me put it this way, I have some bad news and I have some good news, I guess. So the bad news is that you have a few shots here on your showreel that I would really remove or change. The good news is you have quite a few good shots as well. So I think you have a good showreel in essence, but it needs to be better. Now, let me ask you this, Casper. Before I give you feedback, what type of showreel are you looking for, and what type of job are you looking for? Are you looking for a job on a big VFX company, or are you looking for a job, you know, on a small commercials company? Are you looking for a job on film, like you know, in a studio in the United States or London or something like that? Or are you just looking for working in your local country? So give me a little feedback on that to see if what kind of thing you're trying to look for, you know. So, but regardless of that answer, let me start with the first shot. So I think your first shot is, there's something a bit wrong about it. So first of all, for some reason it's highly pixelated. So there's something really wrong with this. Like I can see the mountains are super pixelated, but then the person isn't. there's just something wrong going on here, and that's not the only thing going on here wrong. The other thing as well that is going wrong is that for some reason you have some kind of this footage that you filmed. It looks like it was interlaced. It looks like it has fields because you can kind of see doubling frames. I'm not sure why that's happening, but maybe by mistake you deinterlaced or reinterlaced the footage, or maybe you retimed the footage and used the wrong retiming method. But there's something definitely wrong. By the way, I'm gonna switch off my banner because I think you can kind of see. Yeah, just gonna do that real quick here because so that you can actually see. We can actually see the whole video. I'm also gonna remove my webcam, and so you will only. Oh no, not that one. Sorry. There we go. So we can actually see it. I'm gonna remove my logo as well. No point of having my logo on. So first thing, that was the first thing I saw. It was the deinterlacing thing, which was a bit weird. The other thing I saw is you have all this text on the top. I think it would be a lot nicer if you have less, like, this is so much text. Like, is there any way we can make this smaller, also more, like, less visible? Because you're losing a lot of screen real estate with this. What I would recommend you to do is to just put this on the bottom of the screen smaller and maybe crop the footage that you have so that it's over black. Otherwise, you basically have a semi-transparent text, which is a bit confusing. But you see here on your mountains, you see the mountains are pretty sharp, and then suddenly they become really blurry at some point. I'm assuming you're trying to do depth of field effects or something, but it just doesn't work really well on your scene. You see, that's the moment where you apply the blur, and it's just a bit too much blur. And let me give you, like, why I think that's too much. Like, if you look at the footage itself that you shot, you see, you should always use the footage that you shot as the base of what you're making, right? So you can clearly see that this is a wide shot, and you can clearly see the trees are quite sharp. They're not very defocused. They have very little blur, actually. Very little defocusing going on, which means you have a very large depth of field on this shot. Most likely because of the camera's sensor is probably very big. So I think you should match that mountain to the blur of these trees. And so I think you've placed too much blur on the mountains compared to what you shot. The other thing as well that I think you have a problem with in here is that it's just a bit, it looks like it's a bit placed. Like if you look at this rock here, the way that it's actually connecting to the floor and the way that you have the black points and then the character, it's almost like the character is more blurry than everything else. So you basically have more blur on him than you have on the rock and on the rock on the back. So your depth of field is all over the place. So this shot is not working. You need to really, I think you need to do this again, this shot. So you're actually writing here that it was interlaced. So that's a problem, of course. So if you have interlaced footage, you could deinterlace it, but there's ways of deinterlacing without you seeing the doubling up of frames. You just have to find a better interlacing algorithm to do that. So I think this shot has a lot of problems. And the other thing I would say is that this shot doesn't really show me your talent as a roto artist. It doesn't, because it's such an easy roto and it's a huge matte painting, you know, and companies are looking for people when they're starting. They're looking for rotoscoping techniques and they're looking for good quality keying, you know. So don't forget ever that your showreel should start with your best shot. And at the moment, this is not your best shot. So it's a bit weird because it's almost like you're starting with one of your worst shots, which is a problem, I think. Now, keep in mind, please don't take my feedback too much and too hard, okay? I don't want you to be upset by my feedback. My feedback is very honest. I'm just being honest, giving you my complete, unbiased feedback from decades of experience, okay? I used to be... I've been working for 20 years. I still work these right now. You know, I was the head of Nuke at the Mill. I used to hire people. I used to interview people. I used to watch their showreels all the time. So my feedback is always going to be backed up by my professional quality, but don't get too upset about it, okay? I hope you can take it lightly and just improve your showreel. So this is the shot I wouldn't start with. Now we go into these shots here. So these shots, it says that you've done the stereoscopic compositing, grading, and HUD display. So again, as a junior, as a person that is going to come into the company as an intern, you know, these are not tasks that any junior will have. So first of all, you're doing stereoscopic compositing. That's fine, but this is all CG, so it's a very easy thing to comp. The hood interfaces are really not showing the quality of your work. And then the grading, well, grading is not done by a compositor, so the grading aspect of it is not something relevant for your position. So again, this shot doesn't really showcase any of your qualities. I really think this shot is pointless to have on your showreel, because for me, it doesn't bring me any information whatsoever. Now this shot here, Photoshop compositing, modeling, texturing, lighting. This is better shot. Like the lighting is nice, the modeling is nice, and your compositing is really nice. So I think this shot definitely should stay. It shows that you have a nice artistic flair, and it shows that your shot has a nice composition, and it looks rather nice. So I think this shot should stay for sure. So let's keep on going on your shot. Then you have another shot from the same company. Now this from the same project you've done before. Again, this shot here, you basically say you've done stereoscopic. Oh, by the way, stereoscopic does not have two S's, so you probably want to spell check your thing, because it shouldn't be stereoscopic with two S's. It's always very bad if you have spelling errors on your videos. You want to make sure you check your spelling on an app. I would actually recommend this app if you really want to have good spelling. Use this app, Grammarly. I use this all the time. It's free, by the way, so you can use it to anything. Oh, I'm logged in, so I don't want to be here. I want to site. It's probably the best website, I think, of grammar and written. So this shot, again, it doesn't really show me much. Like stereoscopic compositing, engine, eye distort, grading. Those are not tasks that I'm looking for a junior. So, because I'm assuming you want to be a compositor, right? If you want to be a compositor, if you want to be a 3D artist, then you didn't do this 3D, I'm assuming. Because if you would have done the 3D, you would have written that you've done the 3D. So I'm assuming that you want to do compositing. That's what I'm assuming. So I'm giving you feedback of compositing. If that's not the case, please let me know, okay? So again, this shot for me, from a compositing point of view, it doesn't really give me a lot of information of how good you are. Now this shot here says compositing, grading, camera tracking, lighting, scoping, texturing, cloth simulation. Or better, you've done everything. So first of all, what's the tracking really? Where do you have tracking on the shot? Because nothing moves. So what type of tracking did you do? Because the camera doesn't really move much, so I'm not really sure exactly what happened there. The shot looks nice from aesthetic point of view because it's a stylized shot, but you know, the 3D is quite poor, as you can see here, and also the composition, the depth of field is wrong. Depth of field doesn't really work this way. You don't usually have everything blurred and everything sharp. If the camera was so defocused, and if you would have had such a low f-stop, then the shoulders of the character would start to have depth of field. You need to kind of be careful with this, because if you look at, for example, let me just, I don't have really a photo in mind for this, but if you look at, let's see here. Yeah, I think I actually... If I go to my Facebook, I can show you what I mean. I have a bunch of photos on my Facebook, and I can kind of show you what I mean. Let's see here. So if I go to photos, I think I have a photo here. Let's see here. So photos of me. There was a photo I did a few years ago that has a lot of depth of field, and I want to show you that one. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, here you go. So if you look at this photo, so you see this photo here, basically you see my entire face is fully focused, right? So I shot this photo with my Canon 5D, and I've used an f-stop of f1.2. So that's the lowest f-stop you can have on a Canon camera. And so as you can see, my face is fully focused, and the background is fully defocused, just like your background. You see, your background is fully defocused. But you see if you look at my shoulders, you can kind of already see some depth of field going on the shoulders, and you can see some depth of field even going on even on my ears, and you can even see some depth of field going on the hair as well. So depth of field, when you have such an extreme depth of field, you kind of start having the whole thing defocused. So you're missing that on your shot, okay? Keep that in mind when you're doing that shot. So I think this shot needs a lot of work still in terms of depth of field. This shot says compositing, grading, keying. It looks okay, but you kind of have quite bad keying going on here on the leaves. It would require a lot more better work because they're kind of flickering a little bit. So I think you need to improve the quality of the key and the rotoscoping you have there. Now this shot is pretty good. You have some really good, nice cleanup jobs. Like the cleanup looks really seamless. The breaking of the mirror looks really nice. I think it's really cool with your displacement of the mirror. So this is a really nice shot. Definitely, I would bump this shot into the front of the showreel because you want to make sure you have the best shots on the beginning of the showreel, because that's what's going to give the interest of the person watching. The person is going to watch the showreel because there's interesting shots on it. So this is a really interesting shot. This shot could be interesting, but there's a couple of problems going on this shot. First of all, perspective-wise, it's a bit strange because if you look, the camera is slightly lower, right? So the camera is on an angle looking from lower angle up to the person. And so if you look at the photo of the outside, it's not matching. So the photo of the outside, as you can see on the horizon there, and you can see the tops of the buildings, you can kind of see it's not the same angle as the person, and that would not work. So you see, you can clearly see here on the photo. So you basically see the wrong perspective on the horizon here. So basically, horizon should be much lower, and you wouldn't really see these rooftops here if it would match the angle of this shot. So you basically have to find because of this angle, you would only see the tops of the buildings, and you would mostly see sky because you're looking from down up. So your perspective is wrong. The other thing that is wrong as well is the birds. You know, the birds look really strange because they're super blurred for some reason. They don't really match the buildings. You know, if you look at the buildings are super sharp, but then the birds are super blurred. Why would that happen? You know, because the blur should match on the birds and on the building. The other thing as well is they're quite jittery. They're not really there's not much going on. The tracking is super simple. The shot is not advanced enough. One thing you need to not do is you cannot put your text on top of a shot. Like, if you want to show the shot, you show the shot, and then you put the text after. Never put text on top, you know? So that's kind of my feedback. So I would say that you have a lot of work to do here. You know, you really need to kind of like improve the skills. Doing a small recap in here, you need to improve the interlacing of this person. You need to improve the depth of field. Well, I mean, I've already said everything. I don't need to repeat, but please don't take my feedback in a negative way, okay? I want to make sure you understand that I'm giving you this feedback, but you know, you have some potential. But if you want to be a junior working in the industry, there's one thing you really need to consider. You know, you need to consider that if you want to work in the industry, you need to have keying, you need to have rotoscoping, you need to have other things on your showreel. You're missing rotoscoping, you're missing advanced keying if you want to be a compositor. Until you have those shots in your showreel, it will never work. You'll never be hired for a company, a good company, because they're looking for other things. So maybe consider doing new shots for your showreel and then show it again later on. I hope you've enjoyed the feedback. I hope it worked, and I hope it helped you in some way. I really hope so. Let me know if it worked out. If you want more feedback, please let me know, and I can also give you some more feedback. Yeah. Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. I'm glad you liked the feedback, and you definitely have a lot of work on your hand, but it has a lot of potential. You basically have a good eye, you know, like you make nice shots and they're good looking, but you just have to like improve these basic things like depth of field, composition, like keying, roto. You're missing those things, you know. So I'm gonna wrap up a couple of questions before we do a break again. Before I forget, by the way, I always show you guys my t-shirt, and I'm gonna show you my t-shirt today. So my t-shirt today is a t-shirt of Alien. Look at that. So it's a t-shirt I bought a few years ago, and it's basically the Alien, and then you have Ripley here. I'm gonna go closer. Share with you is this one, NSP cases. This is a place I tend to buy cases quite a lot. So this is a case. This is a company that sells cases for professional equipment, right? So, which is cool. You can have Apple cases, you can have monitor cases, you can have music cases, broadcast film cases. Give an example, like if you want a Mac Pro, for example. So if you want to take a Mac Pro on a flight case, you do have a Mac Pro case. You see, this is a case just to take your small Mac Pro, or you can take the big Mac Pro as well. This is the Mac Pro I have, but I also have the big one. So if you, for example, buy this case, it will protect, I know it's a bit expensive, but it will protect very easily your Mac Pro. So as you can see here, just open up the image here, so you can see here it has a little box for putting more stuff, and you can see it has foam all around. So the Mac Pro is basically static. It doesn't move inside this case, and as you can see, the case is metal, so no one would ever break this case. So that's one way of fixing it. They have, of course, cases for other things. So if you, for example, go here to monitor cases, for example, if you want to take your 27-inch with you, so you can also buy a case for a 27-inch, and this would be, they have several types of cases to put monitors. For example, this one here, it's for 22 inches, and you can put 22 inches monitors inside. So this company has those kind of things. I'm just gonna post the company's website here on the chat for you guys to see. So that's that company. Another company that I would say would be this one, Pelican Cases, which is a bit more, it's a bit cheaper, but they're not specific for this kind of thing. So Pelican, oh, sorry, this is not the website of the Pelican. Peli, it's called Peli. It's not called Pelicase. It's called Peli. So if you go to Pelican or Peli, they have specific cases for protecting your material. They have cases for water, the cases for computers. They have cases for everything. I usually use these big cases. I'm going to show you here. So if I go to the storm cases, and I go to, let's see here. So if I go to the big ones here, so if I go to these ones here, no, that's too big. There you go. So I have quite a few of these type of cases. And that's how I carry my material around. For example, I have 2 of these. This, by the way, Lenny, this case is so big that I can fit inside. So I actually have a photo of myself inside this case. I think, I actually think I have it here on Facebook. I'm gonna just search for it. So this is also a good company to look for. They have, of course, inside of it you can have foam. You see, that's all foam which you can cut, and then you can kind of basically cut to the specific shape that you want to protect. So that's how I actually carry material around, you know. So that's kind of how I use it. So let me just go in here to the home here. And copy, and this would be the other case that I would recommend for you guys to, wait, sorry. That's the wrong link, sorry. That's the wrong link, so that's the link. I'm gonna put the image on the screen because then you guys can see the links. So those are the 2 main cases that I use. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head other cases for the moment. The other thing as well I wanted to show you is that photo. Let me just see here. So if I go to my Instagram thing here. Sorry guys, I know this is riveting stuff. But I just wanted to kind of show you something cool here real quick. Where's the... where is it? I can never find anything on Facebook. Facebook is just such a messy thing. So hard to find things on Facebook, on Instagram. Okay, here we go. Found it. By the way, I have something to show you here. This is a little tip. If any of you lives in London, you need to go to this exhibition. Jesus, it's so good. So if you're visiting London, or if you're gonna go to London soon, you should definitely visit this exhibition. This exhibition, I went there on the weekend. It's free, by the way. It's completely free. It finishes on the 15th of September, so you only have a couple of days to go. It basically closes on Thursday. So if you're still in London, you should go to this exhibition. This exhibition has a huge connection with visual effects, because this is an exhibition about magic and the way magicians have been toiling with our perceptions over the years, So basically they have photos of the saws where they can cut people. They have kits of magicians. They have posters of magicians. They have quite a lot of gadgets that they used to use in magic over the years. And obviously, you probably all know that magic has a huge connection with visual effects, because most of the magicians that started, most of the first directors of cinema in the late 1900s and also, late 1900s, yes, in the beginning of the 20th century, there was a lot of film directors September, that's what I mean. For 15th of September, sorry, it's another month. You're right. Absolutely right, Sebastian. Sorry about that. You still have another month to go and see it. So, for example, if you look at the work of Millet was a director that started in magic and then he moved to cinema. There's quite a lot of directors that did that. So this exhibition is it's astonishing, and it's completely free. You should really go. You still have a month to go. So if you are in London, you should go and see it. If you are planning to go to London, you should go and see it as well. Really recommend this exhibition. It's really nice. Let's jump into Silent Hill here. I know I've neglected my game for a while now, but anyway, let's we need to do a break anyway. So I would just like to thank Sebastian for the resubscription tier 1 for 3 months in a row. Thank you so much for that, Sebastian. Really appreciate your support. George is asking here, can we have Hugo's Desk t-shirts? Yes, I am planning to do that, George. I will have t-shirts soon. Don't worry. I am on it. We will have t-shirts. We'll have several t-shirts. We'll have one t-shirt just with the logo of Hugo's Desk and another t-shirt just saying, you just have to be better. So I'm going to do t-shirts soon. Last question here I have before I do a little break. I have a question from Cool Cahez. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Hugo, I heard in one of your YouTube videos that you're trying to leave Maya. How is the challenge? And by the way, why? I'm at the moment living the same with Adobe and trying to go Affinity Suite. Adobe and Autodesk sometimes feel like a strong drug that you want to leave, but sometimes keeps you there. Well, here's the thing. We cannot leave Maya in visual effects because Maya is the industry standard. But I would recommend people to learn Houdini because it's the future. Houdini is definitely the future of visual effects. Maya is kind of like a dying horse. It's still kind of basically the industry standard, but people really don't like it because it's so messy and it's so clumsy at the moment. It's so filled with old stuff in it. So regarding what you're saying, the Affinity Suite, I have no idea what that is. I have never heard of that. I still use Adobe Suite because, you don't really have a choice with Photoshop. It's still the industry standard. So unfortunately, those kind of things, that's how it works. Industry standard is industry standard. You can't really get away from it that easily. So I would really recommend you to stick with Adobe and stick with Maya for as much as you can, because unfortunately there's not much we can do about it, you know. But yeah, having said that, I mean, obviously you can try to leave it, of course, but I need to look into what that affinity thing is, because I don't really know what it is. So I'm gonna look for that. I'm just looking for a photo here to show Linny here. So I think I have a photo here now to show you. See here. So Linny, this is, for example, one of my travels. So this is all the stuff that I actually packed. So you see here, I have a Pelican case with all my lenses and photos. I have a special bag here for my Mac Pro. I have a bag with my clothing. Then I have a big case here with an iMac. Then I have a big case here with hard drives and computer equipment. And then my Nuka-Cola bag as well. And then some bags with some stuff. So this is kind of like when I pack, when I go to, like this was when I traveled to Ubisoft. When I worked in Paris, I was at Ubisoft Paris for 3 months and I took my equipment with me. But anyway, let's do a small break because I need to stretch my legs, and then we need to kind of like, I advise you all to go and drink some water and stretch your legs, and we do need to have a responsible stream, you know, so don't forget to do that. What I'm saying, please stretch your legs. So I'll be right back in about maybe 5 minutes. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We still have more questions and we still have more Silent Hill to play. So I'll see you very soon. Okay, so I'm back. Thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you so much for waiting. So let's sorry, let me just remove something here. There you go. That's what I want to remove. Questions. No questions at the moment. So I think, oh, by the way, Linny, again for you. This is the bag I was talking to you about. So as you can see, this was one of the bags, one of the Pelican cases I bought. I can't totally fit in it because I don't have, of course, the dexterity to actually fit here, but it actually worked really well. This was one of my Pelican case bags that I took. I also have this thing. This was the last time I was on set, not for San Diego, not this time, but the last time I was on set in Sweden. I took 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of Pelican cases, 4 Pelican cases, plus 2 bags with extra stuff. So as you can see, I usually pack quite light. And at the airport, this is how it looked. Basically, I think I wrote it here. I packed, how many kilos was it? See here, 6 bags. Where's the text? There should be some text here. Huh. I remember it was like hundreds of kilos that I packed, really, to take with me. That's a lot of luggage, yes. Well, that's what happens when you're basically, you know, taking stuff to shoots, you know. Obviously, you don't pay all of it, you know. Obviously, like, stuff gets paid by the company and things like that. You know, the company also pays a lot, and that's usually the case. Anyway, let's go back to Silent Hill. I feel like I've been neglecting Silent Hill, so we need to kind of get into this again. And then we'll go to more questions. So we were basically continuing here, and we're gonna follow where the girl went over. So I guess I'm just gonna go through here and see what happens. So I'm now on the other side of the boat, and hopefully that kind of helps. Okay, it starts well. Already starts with someone. So I guess go there, and well, there's no other way to go, so I might as well. I think I might get a better weapon though. There's no such thing as a better weapon in this game, though, so it doesn't really matter. All of the weapons are shit in this game. So is it this way, though? I have no idea, but I'm gonna kill this guy. Ah, of course I'm not. God damn it! It just turned on me. Oh man, I hate these monkeys. You know what? I have enough bullets. I'm just gonna kill them because I just annoying as hell. Ah. Oh, Jesus, really? Oh my God, these guys are so annoying. Really? I'm hitting him, but he still manages to hit me. Now he's dead. Okay, cool. Jesus Christ, they're so annoying. Okay. Okay, they're not, now they're dead. Jesus Christ. Yes, please die. Okay, so what else do I have here? So I'm assuming. Okay, so there's, yeah, that's not the other side, because the other side there's nothing else. Let's see if there's anything else here. Of course not. Why would it be anything here? Okay. Sorry, I'm just okay. So I guess I need to go down the staircase and see what happens. I want to spend all my bullets though, you know, because bullets are kind of hard to find on this game. But these monkeys are just so annoying that I had to kind of kill them. Okay, so oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Does it die? I guess not. Fuck it. It left. So I guess I'm going from boat to boat here. Nothing again here. Of course not. Okay. What is that? Oh, it's... Okay. Jesus Christ. Sound was like all damaged. Now it's working. Sometimes I don't know what's interference and what's part of the game. So I have a question here from George. I want to buy a Wacom Syntax monitor for painting. Does it worth to buy a used one or risk high I should buy a brand new one? I don't think you need to buy a new one. You can definitely buy a used one. I usually buy a lot of things used on eBay as long as you make sure the person on eBay has good reviews, as long as the person on eBay you know, has a good feedback, then you can probably trust the person. I buy a lot of things on eBay like that. But if the difference is not very big, then I would advise you to buy new, of course, but depends on how cheap you can find it, really. How cheap do you think you can find the Wacom Syntax compared to a new one? I mean, do you think it's half price, or do you think it's only like 25%? Or because if it's only like 25% cheaper, then I would advise. Of course. Let's just kill them. And the bats. Oh my god! I hate this game. Fucking hate this game. So you're saying Syntax 16-inch can be found by 800 euros or 600, and so is that the new price? Is that the price of new, or is it the used price? Can you tell me? Because if it's just so I can find the difference between the prices, you know. I can't believe I died again. Okay, so new one is like 1,000. Well, if the difference is that little, like I think for 1,000 to 800, like that's not a lot of difference. So I would probably prefer to buy a new one. I would say if it's a used one, I would only buy it if it's like half the price. That would be my way of dealing with it, you know. So if it's half the price, then maybe I would consider. But if it's not half the price, then I wouldn't consider. I can't believe I died. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna happen again. I can tell you that. Oh, and especially I'm on the opposite side. It's not this one. Jesus. Sorry about that. So new one would be 1,400 to 1,000, and used would be 600 to 800. I don't know, man. It depends really on how. I mean, I guess it depends on the person that you're buying to. If he has good feedback, I would still buy it. So, so I would say that's might be the case. By the way, you're talking about buying new things. I just bought the new Blackmagic for a 6K camera. So I bought it. But of course, obviously, it's not out yet. It's gonna take like ages for it to be out. I'm not gonna waste my time killing these guys, because what's the point? I already know there's nothing here to get anyway. So yeah, I'll be doing a review of that camera whenever I get it, of course. It might take a while until I finally get it, but can't wait to try it though. I've always enjoyed the Blackmagic cameras, so I'm looking forward to using it. I do love my Urza Mini Pro, and it's by far my favorite camera, but can't wait to see, because it's the cool thing with the Blackmagic 6K is that it's so tiny and it's so cheap, so, and it still uses my Canon lenses, so that's why I kind of got it, you know. I'm not sure if this is the way, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Ugh, Jesus Christ, these guys are so annoying. The game is literally playing at 10 frames per second now, because there's so many enemies on screen. Oh, Jesus Christ, this game. It's so obtuse. Is it this way? Yes, it must be. Ah, god damn it, I did the wrong thing here. No! Ah, god damn it, this game is tough as nails sometimes. It's more like the game is difficult to control than anything else. It's not really difficult, it's more like that it's difficult to control. And I'm at the lighthouse finally, Jesus Christ. Do they have a shipping date? Hi Nick, welcome to the stream, Nick. No, they don't have a shipping date. I mean, I bought it on CVP, and I'm assuming it will probably take months. I mean, when I bought my Urza Mini Pro, I waited 6 months to get it, so I'm assuming it will take 6 months. Although there's rumors that it will not take 6 months. There's rumors that it will take very little time. I don't believe those rumors at all. So... Oh, look at that, man. That's such a good angle. Look at that film angle, man. Look at the cameras going through the rotation thing here. It's a really good angle. This game is so good. I'm just going to go down again and just watch that again, because it's so cool. Just look at that, man. That is some clever camera angles right there. Someone really likes cinema to do something like that. Pretty difficult shot to actually pull off with a camera, because you have to rig the camera on this structure. It's incredibly hard to rig a camera to do this. So maybe you can do it with a mechanical arm though. But okay, so another Jesus, what the hell?
Wait! Damn, I was too late.
Too late for what? Okay. Well, this is a strange thing. I admire the visual effects on this thing, though. It's really high quality. So what do I do here, though? Anything I can do here? Oh, okay. I can't switch my light on, though. So I can't really see where I'm going. So what's the point? Okay. Okay. Do I go down again? I guess I do go down again. I guess I do. Let's try that. Come on, guys. Are you just baffled by the game? Because you don't have any questions? I found it was strange that you don't have any questions. Come on. Go for it. Okay, so the lighthouse was a bust. That didn't really work out. Why is that? Okay, so, did I miss something? That was strange. I was chatting about the camera, so I probably missed something. Yeah, I did, probably. Okay. Come on, don't forget about the questions. Remember, this is a visual effects Q&A. I know you guys are just admiring the amazing visual effects and graphics of this game, but don't forget about the questions. This is a Q&A. Or if you have any shots you want to show me, no, feel free, okay? Yeah, probably. I mean, I guess I probably missed something. I just... Oh, shit. I know what it could be. Maybe it's the box. I can't remember. I played this game so long ago that I can't even remember anymore. I guess it might be that box I've been carrying. At least the box has the same symbols as upstairs, so maybe that's what it is. Could be. I could be wrong as well. Oh, it's so hard to control this character. I'm guessing maybe it could be the box. Let's see here. So let's see if it's the box. So if I go and use that box, because you see I had this thing here, pyramid shape object. So let's. Oh yeah, she said to use the florus. But where do I use the florus? Yeah, there's really nothing to interact here. I'm pressing the buttons, but nothing is happening. Okay. Is there any way through the darkness here to go through? Doesn't look like it, but what am I missing here? Puzzles on Silent Hill, they're just obtuse. Yeah, I'm not sure really. What am I missing? Should I put the florist in the middle here? Maybe that's what I need to do. Let's see if I can put it on the middle there. It doesn't let me do anything. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Must be something. I just probably missed something here. Anything else that I have? I don't have any other items. Can I go into this thing? No, I can't. Do I need to be right in front of it or something? Okay. What the hell? Okay, well. Open to suggestions, guys. Let's see here. So the lighthouse is checked, though. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, well, there's nothing else here to check. It's a bit strange. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't think there's anything else. But it has a checkpoint, so I think yeah, Nick, like the second one is amazing, man. Like, well, you never Nick, you never played the second one? Jesus, man, really? The second game is the best of them. Silent Hill 2 is the best Silent Hill that came out. So, you know, like, you need to play that game. Here's a word of advice, though, Nick. If you're gonna play Silent Hill 2, avoid playing Silent Hill 2 on the PS3, because the PS3 version, you know, like, had there was like just to show you again here. There was like a collection, you know, so Silent Hill HD collection, and that was like for the PS3 that came out. So that it was this game here, the Silent Hill HD collection. So the problem with this is that this is basically Silent Hill 2 and 3. The problem with this is that they recommend you. Before I forget, if any of you or my Patreons on Patreon on Hugo's Desk, don't forget that I have the vote is still up and running for the Twitch workshop. So basically, at the moment, there's still 3 days left. There's only 40 votes so far. And as you can see here, by a large margin, Homefront: The Revolution, New York Shot is actually winning by 21 votes against 11 for the God Only Knows Brian Wilson. So I'm safe to assume that the Homefront will win. So basically, if you are a Patreon, don't forget to vote on my next Twitch stream. Basically, the choices are the Walking Dead shot, the Vermintide shot, the BBC shot, and the Homefront shot. At the moment, the Homefront shot is winning. So don't forget to vote. It's much appreciated if you vote. If you could vote, please. So let's see here. Yeah. So Nick, try to see if you could do that. Let's see here. More questions. Yeah, I'll go through the questions in a second. Let me just save here because I don't have a lot of time left on this stream, so I kind of want to save just in case this is going to be like some of the last stuff I do on the stream, and then we can kind of like move on here. Let's see here. So I'm assuming I just need to go because it didn't seem like this was anything. the music of the game is really good, man. Really like the music of this game. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go forward, and oh yeah, okay, something is gonna happen. So that was the point, was for me to get out. There you go. Oh shit! What? Okay.
Sybil hasn't come back.
What happened? Why am I here?
That creep's sure to show up at the amusement park pretty soon. Let me be on time.
Yeah, you guys are talking about the original experience of Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2. You should really keep in mind that the Silent Hill 2 and the HD version is really different. Like, it's incredible how they really destroyed the version, you know, which is a shame. There's a lot of videos online about it, but I think the best video to show you this is this one here. I'm going to just show you how different it looks, really. They've made a lot of dramatic changes to it and really, really destroyed the game's atmosphere, really, to be honest. So I'm going to put it up for you guys to see it. That's a comparison between the PS2 and the PS3 version. So the PS2 version is the one... I know my webcam is in the front. Let me just remove my webcam real quick here. So PS2 version is on the left, PS3 version is on the right. So the most awkward thing is really the fog. So I'm going to show you the fog. You see here? You see how cool the fog of the lake here blends with the trees, and how it does not blend on the PS2. So the game is filled with these kind of things, especially when he's walking through the fog. Look at this image here. Look at how cool the fog is on this shot here, and how it's missing almost all of it in there. But this is not even the worst. It's when he walks in. So see, this is kind of comparing the two things. It's so much better, the version of the PlayStation 2. It just has a lot better atmosphere. I know it has lower resolution, but even the color, look at the color. It's much darker, the PS3 version. It just looks worse. The fog looks worse as well. It's just a better experience on the PS2. It's much more scary as well. Just notice here how... See here? That's actually a really good way of showing you this. You see how you hardly see the monster on the fog there, and in here you clearly see the monster. It's so strange because the PS3 version, although it's HD, you see the car is actually full HD, and the old car is only SD. It's so much nicer with the fog. Like, it just looks better. And this is really because the Konami lost the code. So when they lost the code, they couldn't build the game again. Just look at this, man. Look at this. Look at how cool this looks. You see the whole fog going through the barrel and goes into the tunnel. And just look at this shit. It's just bad. It's just like bland. It almost has nothing compared to the original. It's just so much worse. So I really would recommend you not to play the PS3 version because it's just terrible. I have it, you know, I played it and I bought it, but I always recommend people to buying the original version because it's just cheaper for you to buy a PS2 and just play the game on the PS2. Why not? You know, it's just so much better. Look at it. Like, it's just ridiculous. It looks terrible, the PS3 version. Even the lighting on it and everything, which is just absurd. Konami is so bad at these things, man. They're just terrible. I can't believe this. It's just, this game really deserves so much better, you know. It's just such a shame. Let's see if they can show some more. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at how the fog flies through the scene on this shot. And look in here. This is really cool. You can kind of see the shadows in the flashlights. They're missing on the PS3. How is that even possible that they've missed the flashlights? The flashlight is all the point. So it's like it lost the shadows. What the hell? How can they lose the shadows? It's so absurd, this thing, man. The whole game is just damaged and destroyed by this really poor remake, this really poor version. So I'm always telling everyone to not play the HD remaster because it's just bad. It's so funny how worse it looks. This shot is really strange. So much more scary as well. It's so much more noisy, the PS2 version. The noise really helps the shot, you know, it really helps to sell it. Well, anyway, you guys get the picture. I don't need to show you more of this crap. Let's just move on to Silent Hill again. So I have another question here from, let's see here, James000. Any books to get into deep compositing? I'm afraid not. I don't know any deep compositing books. I don't think there is any deep compositing books. Have you watched my video about deep compositing? I've made a webinar on my YouTube channel about deep compositing. I know it's not very deep, like it's a short webinar, but maybe it can start you off with deep. You know, like maybe look at that. Just gonna put the video on the description here so you guys can see it. So if I just, I'm just gonna open up the link here so that you can see it. This was a webinar I did I think it was about 2 months ago, maybe, or something like that. I think it was like 2 months ago. So maybe have a look at that, James. Let's see here. So here's my webinar that's the link for the webinar I just placed on the chat there for the webinar about deep compositing. So James, maybe look at that, see if that helps you. But I don't think anyone has written a book about deep compositing, not that I'm aware of. The world begins with 01. That's cool. That's a nice name, man. The world begins without 01. What movies do you like off the top of your head? Had the most important story-wise using VFX. Top of my head, I guess I would say 2001 probably is the most pivotal film for visual effects for me. Probably The Matrix one as well. It's one of the most pivotal films for visual effects. I mean, there's so many, you know, but I guess these would be my favorite. 2001, The Matrix. No, there's so many. Can't really remember top of my head now. I Love My Girlfriend has asked, I have a question about ACEs. Do all stages of CG pipeline have to be done using ACEs? Yeah, so if you're... Here's the thing, I Love My Girlfriend. If you're using ACEs, you kind of want the whole pipeline to use ACEs. Obviously, you can have a mix. You can have mix and match. But you kind of want to try to keep it all... Oh, there's a new arrow there that wasn't there before, so I guess I need to go back. So if you do want to have proper color on the whole workflow, you kind of want to make sure ACEs is throughout. And don't worry about that. Like you can have ACEs on Photoshop, you can have ACEs on After Effects, you can have ACEs on everything. So it's not like it's difficult to have a pipeline in ACEs. You know, it is quite easy. It's quite easy actually to do that. So. Okay, you've sent me... So, James, thanks. You've sent me, like, another video, I guess? Is this a video about Deep as well? Oh, yeah, this... Yeah. This is a video from Victor Paris. Definitely, I would recommend you to watch that video, yeah. It's a good video, yeah. Definitely. It's one of the... It's one of the videos I think he recorded at FMX. I was there, actually, when he did that. It's a really good YouTube video. You guys will all watch it. Okay, so let's just get this show on the road. Now that we're reaching the end of the stream, and don't forget that we still have at least 20 minutes, so at least 15 minutes. Don't forget that you can still ask questions. You know, feel free to ask questions, so we can try to help you as much as I can. Don't be shy, you know. But I would love to thank Lock to Linny. Never forget that Lock to Linny is always here, very helpful. She basically is my moderator, and she always posts the questions separately so that I can read them. So I just would like to stay, like, basically to pause the stream and just thank Linny for the amazing work she's doing as a moderator. So thank you so much, Linny, and here's an applause for you. So I hope everyone can join me applauding Linny for the amazing work she's doing. Thank you so much, Linny. Thank you so much for helping me as a moderator. I love that clip. For those of you who don't know, that clip actually is not created by Shia LaBeouf. So that is actually originally, I don't know if you know this, but originally that's actually a scene from Citizen Kane. Just to show you here, actually. So this originally is this thing here. I'm just gonna like swap the input here. Everyone thinks it's a Shia LaBeouf thing, but actually it's not Shia LaBeouf. This is originally was made on Citizen Kane. Sorry, that was not what I wanted. Which is this? See, this is actually not the whole shot. Sorry, just give me just a second, because I can find where's the full thing. Oh, look at that. There's actually someone that actually put us side by side. Great. So now we can watch side by side. So that's the original of Orson Welles clapping on Citizen Kane. And then you can see Shia LaBeouf is basically just giving an homage to Orson Welles. Which is pretty cool. It's lovely. I love that. I need to watch that again. That's just amazing. Oh my god, this is just hilarious. I love this video. I just love this video. Well, anyway, let's just get on with this. These bloody bats, man. I hate bats. I'm just like Batman. I hate bats. Well, you see, you've learned something today. So where can I go then? It tells me that I can go through here, isn't it? Music is really getting dramatic here. Oh yeah, so okay, so it's through here. I guess what? It was supposed to be through here. So can I go through here? No, I can't go through here. Am I supposed to go to the sewers again then? Yeah, I guess I am. Cover has been removed. Okay, so Shibble would have gotten to the amusement park. Yeah, let's go then. We're almost wrapping up this stream. So who has the... Oh, look at that. Another full CG cinematic made almost photoreal. It's so bad, these cinematics. Now that we're wrapping up the stream, anyone has some last questions? Anyone has any last questions? Anyone wants to kind of like go through something or... Oh, sewer map. Great. I want to take it, yes. If you have any last minute questions, we're still going to be here for maybe a few more minutes. And then we're going to wrap up the stream and move on to Thursday. We'll have a stream again, of course. Thursday will be the stream with the workshop. We're basically going to work on the God only knows shot. So, what the fuck was that? So yeah, feel free to ask the last questions if you guys want. Wrong move here. Oh, the game is almost at 60 frames per second now. That's a bit weird. What happened? Why is the game performing well now? Okay, so I need to like kill these guys. Okay, well, they're dead, I guess. Are they dead? How many bullets does it take it to kill? Okay, so so many paths here. Okay. I think I've been here before, though. I remember being here before on the sewers. So I guess I'm back into the sewers. Music is so good, man. I love this game. Just love this game. good. That's good. Thank you so much for being here, Boris. If you have to go, you have to go, man. Don't worry about it. Yes, you will see me on Thursday. And don't forget, if you want to watch the replay of this stream, the only thing you need to do is to subscribe to my Twitch channel. So, yeah, and by the way, I didn't really mention that today yet. If anyone has an Amazon Prime subscription, don't forget that you can support my Twitch stream for free. So if you have an Amazon Prime, that means you can subscribe to my channel, Hugo's Desk. And then that means basically you can watch all the replays of all the old streams. And of course, you help my stream. You help my channel to grow and you help me monetize my channel. So I can't thank you enough if you do that, of course. Okay, well, I guess these bullets are coming in handy now. So yeah, don't forget that. If you have Amazon Prime, subscribe to my channel so you can support it and watch the replays. The music is really getting intense. Okay, so I have a couple of questions here lining up. So while we're on all this tense music, let's just try to answer those questions while I try to find my way, which I'm not really being very lucky here. Just like looking if there's any way through here. Of course not. Why would it be? Is there any way through here? No, of course not. And it has to be the other way, I guess. Ugh. Okay, so it's this way then, I guess. Jesus Christ. It's a bit tense. What the fuck is that? I was just gonna keep running. I don't know what it was, but I don't want to look back. Jesus Christ, what the hell is that? Fuck this music, man. Okay, that's a bit better. So Tim Forsgreen has a question. I recently sent my showreel out to a bunch of places. When applying to a big company, would you recommend as a junior to apply specifically for roto prep first? If they... Oh, I don't have a map of this, but I can put pause here. So, recently sent my showreel out to a bunch of places. When applying to a big company, would you recommend as a junior to apply specifically for roto prep first? If they have that section as a junior compositor, I've noticed that it often only says compositor on the job listing and not really junior, mid, or senior, but most often it says 3 years experience. Well, Tim, here's the thing. Most companies want a compositor. They don't need roto artists. They don't need paint artists. The reason for this is because a lot of companies outsource their rotoscoping and outsource painting to another company. So they are looking for compositors. That means they're looking for people that know roto, they know keying, they know compositing, they know everything. This is the key thing. These days, it's not about becoming a roto artist in a company. It's about being a compositor. So you want to make sure your showreel has enough compositing in it. That means you need to have keying, you need to have paint, you need to have roto, you need to have prep, you need to have also compositing of normal shots as well. You kind of want to show your entire skill set on your showreel. Now, regarding the thing that says that it's 3 years experience, often what happens in big companies is that you have to come in as an intern or you have to come in as a runner. So that's why it says 3 years experience. Usually what you do is you come in as a runner or you come in as an internship and then you grow your experience inside the company. That's usually what happens. So maybe try to do that. I guess this is the park now. I don't have a map, so not really sure where I need to go. But okay, not here, I guess. Not here. Okay. Not here either. Okay, well, there's only one way, so I'm going that way. These things again, these dark figures are coming in again. That's a bit weird. Okay. Ah, no way I'm gonna lose time with you. Okay, so I can't go through there. Must be a way somewhere. Oh my god, the frame rate is dying. Am I lost? I think I'm lost. I don't have a map, so I can't be lost, right? Since I don't have a map, I can never be lost. Oh, there you go. That's beautiful, a save point. So I think I'm going to wrap up soon anyway, so glad that I have a save point here. So going back to your other question you have here, so I have a question for Ambassador 4. Do you think I could find an internship in VFX industry as a comp SCI major? I don't know what an SCI major is. Could you let me know what that means? I don't know what an SCI major is. Maybe you can let me know. Basher, so you said, do you think I could find an internship in the VFX industry as a comp SCI major? I really admire people who do R&D and VFX, and I was wondering if a student could have a chance of trying that. Oh, computer science. Okay, sorry. So if you, yeah, definitely you can find. I'll give you an example. Like I have one of my junior compositors at the mill. So when I was still the head of Nuke at the mill, we hired an intern called Justin Desir, and he basically was an intern. He was French. He was from Paris, and no, not from Paris, from Lyon. And he was from France, and came in at the mill as an intern. And he had a computer science degree, and he had a huge passion for compositing. So he came into the company. He became an R&D developer for the R&D department, and then slowly he started doing some VFX work on my department as a compositor. So he kind of jumped from compositing to R&D to compositing. And these days, he's a compositor at ILM, so it worked out for him really well. So it's definitely a great asset to have a computer science degree, because then you can become a programmer or you can become an R&D developer inside the company. The cool thing about being both, if you're a compositor and an R&D developer, is that you then have the opportunity to work in two different departments. So that means if they don't have a lot of work for compositing, they can bring you to the R&D department and you can work there. And if they don't have a lot of work on the R&D department, then they can bring you to the compositing department. So I would say that it's a huge advancement for sure. So anyway, I think we're going to wrap up the stream today. So I would like to thank everyone for being here today again. Once again, you guys are always giving me so much love, always giving me so many support with all the subscriptions and all the subs and all the Patreon love as well. So don't forget that we're going to come back on Thursday. On Thursday, we're basically going to come back with the workshop. We're going to most likely finish the shot that I was comping for the BBC God Only Knows project. And so that would probably be our Thursday. Don't forget that on Patreon you can vote for the next stream as well. So I guess that would be where I leave you guys to it. So before I go, I just wanted to thank everyone. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm gonna leave you with by far my favorite. Oh, sorry. I'm just like checking that the chat is kind of talking about other things here now. So is there anything else that I? Do you think there's something I want to do? Should I message the bigger studios to see if they would do it? Okay. I think you could message for sure. Yes. I definitely think you could message the bigger studios. So yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Bring your questions next Monday as well. Thank you so much for being here, and also don't forget that on Thursday we have a stream. I'm going to leave you guys today with a special thing. I'm going to leave you with my favorite ever TV show when I was a kid. I was obsessed by G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was my favorite toy when I was growing up. And I had like about 300 G.I. Joes when I was a kid. I still have them, by the way. I had 300 G.I. Joe toys and vehicles and everything. And one of my favorite shows was the G.I. Joe action animation TV show. So I'm going to leave you with that. So thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys all later. I'll see you Thursday. And have a great day. And here's the G.I. Joe intro.